And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my soothing Sunday stream. I hope you're all doing well tonight as we settle in and get cozy with Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. I hope you're all doing well tonight, and thank you so much, Hardin's Odyssey, for your 26-month resub. Been a while, so excited to be back, and we're so excited to have you back, Hardin's. Thank you so much for your support. And I hope you're all doing well this evening. Yes, my hair is a little bit darker than last time you saw me on Friday. I did get my hair done yesterday, and I'm very pleased with how it came out. So, at the moment, it's still nice and straight from having it blow dried by my stylist. But once I've given it a couple of washes, it'll go back to its like wavy, awesome texture. You're looking very lovely today. Well, thank you so much. Time for a stretch check. Thank you, Hayden. Oh, came out amazing. Oh, do you guys want to see a little bit clearer? Hang on. Ooh, new screen and everything. So I got essentially just all my layers recut, and I got it dyed the color that I always get it dyed. It just fades out to a slightly lighter auburn after a couple of washes, so it does look quite dark at the moment, but after like a couple of washes it'll even out a little bit more. So there we go. Hope you all enjoyed that little fun little scene. There we go. I'm okay with the rest of the stream being this. Oh, you're too kind, Sam. Maybe if I need to have like a moment of focus with you guys where you guys shouldn't get distracted by the game, and then I could just... Well, there's a point I need to nail home. Alrighty, but I've got my tea. I hope you've all settled in for some more coffee talk. I am sounding, you can probably hear it in my voice, I'm sounding quite a bit better. I'm feeling much better. And there might be points where I will need to pause to like cough or take some more, drink of some more water. But for now, I am doing great. Alrighty, let us continue. There's something missing from the drawer. Oh, is there now? Well, let me just check on everyone first. Bailey's is looking wonderful as always. Okay, go Aqua. It's sometimes scary how so many things come into factor as you make a decision. It shouldn't be that hard, right? I have tons to think about every day. Like how to make your timeline more fun. Lucas, you flirt. Hey, Scarlett, how's it going? Mushlish, I could really use a good cup of tea right now. Well, I just happen to know a wonderful place that serves the most scalding of tea. Bad traffic at Yale Street. Avoid. Can you hear me okay? Is the music too loud? It might just be me. Is the music too loud? Or is it a good level for you guys? Okay, touch loud. Let me just adjust that. That should be a bit better. Let's just save. Okay, cool. There we go. It just felt like it was just a little bit too loud, so hopefully that balances out just a little bit. There's something missing from the drawer. Did I misplace it? Is there something missing? I've got the card, got the security pass. Oh, are we missing the fidget spinner maybe? Interesting. Let's hope it doesn't bring bad tidings. I don't know, I think it's a very nice color scheme. Well, I think it's lacking something. It's too dainty. Dainty. What would you like then? Red, black and purple? That wouldn't be the worst. Okay then, why not? But you have to commit to it, no takebacks this time. Bye. I don't know. Maybe. Let's take a break from the topic. I only have time for a quick drink before I go back to work. It's not like we're going to decide now anyway. Maybe that's the problem. How are we supposed to plan this wedding if we keep postponing every choice we need to make? Bailey's is a guy. He might have like slightly more softer features, but I'm fairly sure he's a guy. I could be wrong. Where are you? I mean, doesn't show his pronouns, their pronouns, I should say. And yeah, I think they are planning for their wedding. Flannel is also known as Cloak of Transform into Lesbian. Hey, Stephanie, what do you think? Pale green, lilac and daffodil yellow, or red, black and purple? I don't put Stephanie on the spot. Hey Millie, how's it going? No, it's quite alright. It's just that I wouldn't know. This is your wedding. Your opinions matter, not mine. Trouble is, we don't know what our opinions are. And when we think we do, we change our mind. It's like the centerpieces. Oh, please, can we not talk about that now? I really thought we agreed on the cute cottagecore ones. The ones you spotted on Tomodachi. I mean, they were your pick in the first place. They were, but they were also too expensive. We have to be realistic. But weddings in general are expensive. Especially when you want to have 200 guests. That's a low blow. I just can't disinvite my extended family. The key word is extended. Do you even know half these people? That's not the issue. If I invite one of them, I have to invite them all. It's like a domino effect. Besides, they'll be paying for part of the wedding. I still don't think they should. I can pull my weight. If we have to choose, I'd rather we have the beautiful things you like, even if that means we have fewer guests. Well, if my family's not chipping in, we might not be able to afford either. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't want our wedding to be just a random meal, with a bunch of people we're not even that close to. And I said I'll make sure we can afford a dream wedding. Or die trying. I don't want you to. Saved by the bell. That's work. I really can't linger. I think I'll have that drink now, Stephanie. Of course. What can I get you? Something that will keep me awake. I still have work to do and my head hurts. So I guess strong coffee would be good. With a nice spicy kick, please. Any preferences on the spicy kick? No, any strong coffee with spice will do. Okay, I'm gonna give you coffee. She tends to lean towards something like more cinnamon, I think. So why don't we just try coffee with cinnamon? Because cinnamon is a spice. Like ginger is like, it's also kind of a little bit of a spice, but it's not like a spice how I imagine a spice would be. So let's try that. Jingle beans. Hopefully she'll like it. It's coffee with cinnamon, so I think this is right. Here's a jingle beans for the lady. Oh, that's novel. Perfect. I can feel myself relaxing already. What? You're weird. That thing doesn't smell relaxing to me at all. You're weird. Okay, they are disgustingly cute together, I'm not gonna lie. They're just so in love. I love it so much. I guess we're both weird. That we are. My lovely weirdo. My perfect misfit. Hide. I see you giving the side eye. This is so much better. It really is. Have I mentioned I love your smile? Never enough. Ugh, disgusting. Me whenever I see an adorable couple out in public being cutesy and kissy-kissy with each other. I'm going to need something real spicy to wash this down. And I'd love to serve it to you, Hyde. If Bailey's doesn't want to order, that is. Hyde, sorry, didn't hear you come in. Yeah, I know. You were too busy doing whatever you were doing. Hey, Hyde. Go ahead, get yourself a drink. I can wait. I'll stick here for a while anyway, until Lua properly gets off work. Alright then. Did you hear me, Stephanie? Spicy is the name of the game. Any preferences on the spice or the base? Nope, just make sure it's got a spicy kick of something. Then double it. Okay, I wonder how this will turn out. Coffee with double cinnamon. Cinnamon. Self-summary. I can read a little bit of French, but I don't know about that. Votre âme est son message aussi, qui vont charmant, Mars et Bergamasque. Je donne de descente et gracie, tristesse sur leurs disguisements fantastiques. I have no idea what that means. I know fantastiques is probably fantastic or fantasy. I could be wrong. Hibiscus and double ginger. Actually, that's a good idea because he likes red based drinks. Shocking, I know, for a vampire. Jingle beans, a warm drink with a kick for Christmas mornings. Also perfect against headaches on rainy work nights. Okay, let's try that again. Hibiscus and double ginger. Have I unlocked that? Let's give this a try. Hibiscus with double ginger. Did you finish the Zora section of Tears of the Kingdom? Not yet. Not yet. I'm at the temple. And I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So please, no spoilers or anything like that, because I'm trying to savor that section of the game because I love Scion so much. So it's all good. It's all good. A Zobo. Ooh, haven't heard of that before. It's like extra spicy hibiscus drink, apparently. Hey, Red Wolf, how's it going? Welcome back. All right, let's give this a try. I felt up for a challenge, so try this. If you don't like hibiscus in this, you never will. Let's see if you cracked the hide code. Well? This is kind of troublesome, Stephanie. Do you hate it? You know me a little too well. You don't say? Sorry, I'm a professional. I'm the barista. I should not be flirting with my customers. This is me, Steph. like sleeping out just a little bit. So I take it this works for you. This is perfectly executed Zobo if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made good use of your ginger resupply. So you knew I couldn't get it right last time. Forgive an old man his old man jokes. Anyhow, this is the only acceptable way to drink hibiscus. Listen, not to shame him or anything, but he's the one who walked in here with his top button open and his sleeves rolled up. Yeah, it seems that top button technology also continues to elude him as well, apparently. I used to have a friend in Lagos who made misobo like this every time I visited. She lived near the harbour. We would sit down and drink it and watch the boats float by. That sounds lovely. She was a good friend. She isn't anymore? When you've got a vampire's lifespan, friends come and go. That's sad. You get used to it. Hey, Tiger Lily T, I'm doing really well. How are you, sweetie? Isn't this where you say something about enjoying each moment even more? Or grief being the price you pay for love? I'm afraid that's a lot more mundane than that. Some things you forget. And for others you just get better at moving on. Anyway, speaking of enjoying the moment, your family troubles have sorted themselves out, yes? Still on the marriage track? Yeah, we are. We definitely are. Oh, I got a little update. Okay, yes, good, I unlocked that. A traditional Nigerian drink with an invigorating ginger kick supported by cloves and pineapple. Actually, that sounds really good. That sounds really good, actually. Oh, something from Rachel. Echo Child. Dad just found a missing photo album of my childhood and I can only wish how cute, you could see how cute I am as a kitten. Oh, that's so sweet. And where are you? Hide. Yes. Self-summary, part of Lost Angels agency, old enough yet still seeking the truth and purpose of life. I'm glad. I have a question though. In your superhero story, how far do you plan out the plot line? Do you always know what little Star Wars power was going to be? I'll go into detail that if you ask me that question on when I have my next Q&A. But I do have a solid idea of the overall story. By the time I start introducing like major plot beats or like significant turns in the story, I always want to have like an idea of what direction the story is headed in, if that makes sense. We definitely are. Not getting too bored. Not really. Turns out planning a wedding is, well, suitably entertaining. Okay, is it just me? This is a little observation because we've pretty much played the first coffee talk and the second coffee talk back to back. I've noticed they've put a lot more effort into having like the little nuances of expression between the characters, where it's like just that little glance that she has before the dialogue box pops up. Just like it feels like the characters are a lot more alive. Like there's much more effort and focus put into like the little subtle reactions and shifts. Like as though you can like, even though they're not saying anything, you can sense the shift of energy in the room. That's one way of putting it. Can't wait to be at the marriage stage of it, to be honest. Could you sound any less enthusiastic? Hey. Here they go again. Good to see that some things don't change. And such a dramatic backdrop too. You should start serving popcorn, Stephanie. I'd be more enthusiastic if we didn't fight about it every single time. No, I'm not engaging with this right now. I've got to go to work anyway. Right. And I'm going to have a drink. Bye, Stephanie. Bye, Hyde. See ya. Ugh. What can I make you, Mr. Baileys? I think something warm, sweet, and comforting, please. A hot chocolate, perhaps? Yes, chocolate with honey and milk could work. I can absolutely do that for you. Hot chocolate with honey and milk. Got that for you, coming right up. I don't have anything to give you, do I? No, I do not. Here we go, a Chocobi miracle for you. Perfect. This feels so good, Stephanie. It means a lot that you're always looking out for all of us. On a miserable night like this, it's heartwarming. But of course, you're our valued customers. I hope Lua didn't get too soaked. You do care a lot about her. Of course I do. Then why all the fighting? You tell me. This wedding is bringing out the worst in us. Since we sorted out the situation with my family. You mean since you cut them off? Yeah, since I stopped talking to their judgmental faces. Lou and I haven't fought about anything. Until now. Every time we try to organize this thing, it's like we become different people. Let me ask you something. Go ahead. What do you want from this wedding? How do you mean? It's not complicated. I'm just asking what you want. If you close your eyes and picture the day, what do you see? Honestly, I have no clue. I know Allure is there, but that's about it. That's not a bad start, in truth. But if you don't have specific expectations, why don't you just let her do what she wants? You make it sound so easy. I want her to have what she wants. That's exactly what I've been trying to achieve. I've been picking up on everything she's liking on Tomodachi, every wedding picture she's pinning online, all the places she finds cool, all the fashion designers she follows. She deserves to have all that, to have a special day. But every time I make a suggestion, she won't hear of it. She says it's too much, too expensive, too this, too that. Is it too much, too expensive? That's not the point. I don't want her to have a shabby wedding, just because I'm estranged from my family. I want her to have what she wants, what she deserves. A proper princess wedding. You're a remarkably presumptuous young man. Mr. Hyde? No, that's alright. I know Hyde helped Lua back in the day. If he's got something to say, I want to hear it. Good. Because I was going to say whether you like it or not. I do very much appreciate Hyde just straight up cuts to the chase. Like having someone that just like tells it how it is, and even if it's not like the kind like pat it's gonna be okay like soft thing like that you want to hear, spitting those hard truths is very, very important, especially when it comes to relationships, rather than just like pretending everything's fine. You're sitting here going on about everything Lua should want, as if you could know what's in someone else's heart. Even when you love someone. No, especially when you love someone. You should never presume to know what they need. Lua's the only one who can tell you what Lua wants. But that's exactly the problem. When I ask her, she always says that she doesn't know. Then give her time to figure it out. It's not going to help if you pressure her with 1,000 suggestions a minute. Or if you try to force her into some sort of princess wedding, just to make you feel good about yourself. But what if we take so long that we reach old age, and we're still not married? If you reach old age and you're still together, married or not, I think that counts as a win. And since we're talking about taking some time, you should also use that time to figure out what you want. Otherwise, the best you'll get is a wedding, based on your skewed idea of what Lua's wedding should be. That sounds pretty sad to me. Well, that wasn't pleasant to hear. Bailey's. But it also wasn't wrong. Give her time and figure out what I want, huh? Sounds so simple. Should have thought about that before, I guess. You're not bad at this tough love thing, are you, Hyde? Perhaps I should consider a career in couples counseling. That doesn't sound nearly as much fun as modeling, doesn't it? Modeling gets old after a while. I thought you were having a good time in LA. I was. Until I wasn't. I'm moving to Seattle, in fact. I kept my contract with the agency just in case. But there aren't many modeling jobs to be had here. Really? What are you going to do then? Go back to my mafia dwarf buddies, of course. I can't tell if he's joking. I can't tell if he's joking. Come on, I'm obviously kidding. Are you? Yeah. I wouldn't go back to them. I go back to being chased by them. Oh no, this game is set in Seattle. I've never been to Seattle. For chat, those of you who have been to Seattle, would you suggest visiting it sometime? Besides, I checked in on them, and everyone I used to find entertaining has retired now. Meanwhile, their grandkids manage the whole enterprise. It's like some sort of startup. Are we seriously talking about the mafia right now? That's for me to know, and for you to wonder about. Mr. Hyde likes to play a little. Guilty as charged. I can't help it. When I see an earnest face, I have to tease it. I know, I love him so much. I'll take that as a compliment. But also, what's wrong with managing things like a startup? That sounds like a pretty efficient approach, right? You young people. Impatient in business like you're impatient in love. Efficiency isn't everything. I have all the time in the world. I don't care if things are done fast. I want them done right. Having been there several times when I was younger, I have mixed feelings. There are some beautiful places, but my own views may be skewed by family issues. That's fair enough, Artemis. I haven't been to Seattle just because there hasn't been any like specific draw for me to go to Seattle. If I was invited to a con there, for example, I would absolutely go and like see like a couple of the sites around there. But yeah, it's just like not exactly a city like Chicago, for example. Like it sounds amazing, but there isn't like this huge draw for me to travel there. I would love to someday, and same with Chicago, and but not quite yet. Maybe you should go into slow fashion. Or fine arts. If you paint with oils, that'll take some proper time. Fine arts were the first thing I got good at a few centuries ago. But my style isn't trendy nowadays. Too much... That's a word. Chiaroscuro. Too much chiaroscuro lighting? I need to Google that word. That lighting. And putting blue in skin tones isn't novel anymore. If you're insinuating that you're Rembrandt, shh. My mafia buddies find out, I'll be in trouble. Swear to God, hide. If you're Rembrandt, we're gonna have a long ass conversation because I'm half Dutch, so I have some. I want to know. You're always joking around, hide. But for all that you don't sugarcoat your advice. You're a pretty great listener. I'm so unread. Who's Rembrandt? Rembrandt is a very, very, very famous Dutch painter. I'm just trying to remember. I believe he did The Girl with the Pearl Earring and The Night Watch. I'm not 100% sure if those are two separate artists. But I believe he did The Night Watch. Chiaroscuro. Okay, Chiaroscuro. Thank you. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate that. I hope you also have people who listen to you. I'm moving here to be closer to them. Oh, Hyde, we heard that! We heard that. I know you were muttering under your breath, but we heard that. What was that? Nothing. I believe your phone's ringing. Ah, it's Lua. She's done with work for the day, finally. In a hurry to leave here, Mr. Bailey's? No, not at all. But I am looking forward to going home. And keeping bickering? Nah, I don't think so. I had an epiphany just now. Must be something in the drink. Going to leave the topic alone for a little while. What did I unlock? Oh yes, we got the Cherubim. Lovely. We got this about Bailey's birthday, 10th of August. Freelance designer and #1 pumpkin spice fan. Hee. Going to leave the topic alone for a little while. Good elf. Enjoy your night then. I think I will. Thanks, Hyde. And thanks, Stephanie. Of course. Have a good night, Mr. Bailey's. Mr. Hyde? What was that about the mafia and modeling and fine arts? Are you genuinely considering a career change? All I'm considering right now is whether my car got nicked. I know old man Georgie said this area is safe, but it's a bit of a pile of junk. And it's a bit of a pile of junk, but it's a pile of junk with sentimental value. I sense a story. It's quite a story indeed. But I'll make it short, because it's getting pretty late. I got this car many moons ago, back when Gala was my bodyguard. I had been stuck in Seattle for a while, working day in and day out. At some point, I decided that I needed a proper break. But, you know Gala, he's a bit of a stickler for the rules. There was no way I could have a night out in the middle of a big job, not on his watch. So you slipped his watch? You know me well, Stephanie. Some friends and I, we decided to get together. I was to provide the ride, they provided the entertainment. I did the usual thing. I waited until Gala was sound asleep. Chiaroscuro lighting is basically using high contrast lighting, so bright lights and deep shadow with minimal transitioning shadows. Yes, that absolutely makes sense, especially in the context of Rembrandt. Also Caravaggio. I imagine Caravaggio also used a lot of chiaroscuro lighting as well, because his work is very distinctly known for his very, very dark backgrounds and then like a lot of warmer tone lighting on the skin, but it results in a beautiful high contrast in his paintings. Just amazing. Amazing. Hey, Captain Croak, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. Well. Then I left a pile of pillows under the duvet, hide-shaped, and I snuck out of the hotel room. There was only one problem. Gala was my chauffeur as well. He had your car keys. He had my car keys. And I wasn't about to poke the bear wolf. So I went to the nearest dealership and got the cheapest car I could find. I only intended to keep it for the night, you see. I'll spare you the details, but my friends and I, we drove to a lovely spot with a view. I was actually doing a sketch of Glacier as we speak, and then I noticed you're live. Did I summon you? Shocking. Be sure to tag me if you post the sketch on your socials, because that would be amazing. I really need to set up like a hashtag or something for like fan art of my ASMR characters and like me and the Blue Rose Respite in general. I'll think of a hashtag and put it up on my socials soon-ish, when I can. For the sort of action which I admit might appear ambiguous from the outside, but to me was very enjoyable indeed. We were right in the thick of it, when suddenly we hear a tap on the window. Let me guess, that was Gala, the wolf himself. He peers inside, then he starts banging on the door so hard the whole car is shaking. We all just kind of freeze, and then he says, "How dare you kidnap Mr. Hyde?" Opens the door and tosses my dates outside. Mr. Hyde, you're not winding me up, are you? Oh, Stephanie, I wish. Sorry, it still sends me into a fit just to think about it. The princess carried me out of the car, if you could believe that. That is a conscientious bodyguard if I ever heard of one. Right, truly earning his yearly bonus. I didn't even have the chance to explain the situation. At least not until he removed my gag. Gala acted like he was angry, but in reality he was mortified. If not as mortified as my dates, whom I had to pick out of the grass. Poor Gala. Just, Stephanie, I see where your allegiance lies. Personally, I say, poor me. I never saw those lovely friends again after that fiasco. But I couldn't get angry at Gala, even then. In fact, I found his chivalry rather charming. He didn't seem to find my antics quite as charming, though. He had woken up, hadn't found me, and was already suspecting the worst. And that was before he discovered me in a strange car in the middle of nowhere, in a compromising position. I think he was truly terrified on my account. So, he stopped talking to me for a few weeks. That doesn't sound unfair. I suppose it wasn't. He also wouldn't give me my car keys back. I got stuck with this old thing you can see outside. And the worst of it is, if you can believe it, I decided as a grand gesture to chauffeur him around in it. He stopped sulking really quickly after that. I suspect he wasn't a huge fan of my driving. Anyhow, I decided to keep the car in the end, for whatever reason. Oh, excuse me. My car collection has had some serious turnover, but this one isn't going anywhere. I must have replaced everything inside it a dozen times over. And it's very banged up. But I guess I've grown fond of it by now. We're both a little stuck in time, this car and I. You're rather more sentimental than I thought, Mr. Hyde. Sentimental, That's what you took away from that story? But I suppose you're right. Good thing it's only us here. I can plausibly deny this conversation ever took place. Still, the rain has stopped, and this is my cue to go. Before I lose all my remaining cred. I hope the car is safe and sound. So do I. And Stephanie. Yes? Nah, nothing. Have a good night. Good night, Mr. Hyde. Aww. He's such an interesting character. I do love him. A safe journey home. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. Monday, September 25th, 2023. Okay, first wave of visa applications to Europe rejected for failure to include passport signatures. The rise and fall of Weirdstein box offices, a brief history. Sold out replica astronaut suits experience an extreme increase in sales. That's curious. That's suspicious. I have noticed, if you guys haven't seen it already, this is new. I can't tell, is this like a 5-star rating, like a plaque thing? Or is this something else? I can't quite tell what it is. Oops. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I hope the power hiccups didn't affect the machine too much. This is a very slow start. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it looks like a little 5-star plaque, which is really cool. But let's have a look and see how our friends are doing. Lucas, does everything happen for a reason or nah? I wonder how everyone's doing. Oh, a sponsored post. Nice. Good for you, Rachel. Trucker fell asleep and crashed near the 4th Avenue. No casualties, but quite the property damage. I reckon you want to avoid the area for the moment. Thank you for keeping us safe, Georgie. Riona Road construction on Leonard Avenue. I think that picture of Riona is new. Oh, she looks so cool. Oh, I love that picture of her. Yeah, it looks like a 5-star rating. We're awesome, guys. Ah, here we go. Right in the nick of time. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Hey, you two. Welcome, you two. It's a relief to see you safe and sound. Hi, Stephanie. Yes, we're also very relieved. It was a little scary last time. Oh, that's right. Did I give Amanda like a southern voice? I'm just trying to remember all the voices I gave to all the characters. I thought I gave her like a southern sort of twang. Okay, cool. We analysed the events of the evening and found them 31.245 frightening and 68.755 distasteful. Leaving in such a hurry is not an experience we care to repeat. Hopefully this will be a quieter evening. Yes, that is our wish. Anyhow, greetings are customary in cafes, bars, and restaurants, are they not? Therefore, good evening. Good evening. Even if in reality, it should be good night. We find that very strange. That good evening is a way to say hello, but good night is a way to say goodbye. Is this assuming that you never start an encounter at night? Because the theory would appear to be empirically wrong. For example, this is the second time we meet Earthchild, and both times have been at night. Our 100% sample does not bear out the aforementioned premise. Additionally, the very concepts of evening and morning seem only marginally... Amanda? Yeah? What is it? I think Stephanie tried to interject a couple of times. Forgive me if I was mistaken, Stephanie. Oh, no, it's alright. I didn't have anything important to say. The truth is, I'm not sure why our greetings have a circadian rhythm. Earthlings are creatures of habit, I suppose. They get attached to certain ways of using language, and often don't question the actual meaning of words. Yes. At least in this particular case, no one's getting hurt. Since I arrived here, I've observed that some thoughtless uses of language can have much more painful effect. Indeed. We see and we agree. And we apologize for interrupting you, Stephanie. Don't worry about it. Communicating without a hive connection is rather challenging. Besides, we have been in a somewhat heightened mental state. We have been finding Earth quite curious. Extraordinary, even. We are keen to absorb as much information as we can during our visit here. It seems to us our siblings who previously visited Earth came back with findings of a rather superficial nature. We are excited to gather data that will advance the science of Earth studies. Our return to the hive will be Our return to the hive will be triumphal. She's so cute. Of course, we do not do such things for the glory. But still, we're looking forward to seeing our work recognized. So are you a scholar, Miss Amanda? Yes, that is a good equivalence of what we are. We specialize in data gathering and analysis of poorly charted territories. That sounds very impressive. Oh, DGAPCT is much less impressive than our siblings' mission. Silver is an explorer and an adventurer. He is deserving of respect. And his mission to find a prospective partner is of the utmost importance. Still prospective, huh? Is Amanda a ball of gas/dust? She's an extension of a hive mind. In the previous episode, just for clarification for people who haven't seen the previous game, Silver, the lovely person seated before us with the fringe, they were similar to Amanda in that they were also presenting themselves in a spacesuit, but it was kind of unclear as to what they were. They were distinctly alien, but it's not sure what their air quote real form is. So they could be like a collection of spores, they could be a gas in the suit, like a sentient gas or something, but they are connected to a hive mind. Wrong, she's a cutie, that's what she is. Absolutely barren. Still perspective, huh? No progress on that front, I take it. Well, I wouldn't quite say that. Silver? You have something to tell us, do you? Very intriguing. You're always so professional, Stephanie. You rarely ask direct questions. I think you're a little curious about the gossip, right? What is gossip? Gossip is information about what goes on in other people's lives. Oh, we see. She's real, just not presenting her native form. Yeah, so she addresses herself as Amanda. She has that autonomy. She has that self-identification that this is Amanda. It's just we're not quite sure what her real appearance is, so to speak. So it's like data on individual beings, then? Why did I say it like that? Sorry, that just had a weird cadence when I said it. Yes, that sounds right. We love gossip. What is wrong with it? Nothing at all, and I would love to listen to yours. But let me at least make you a drink first. We must consider our choice of drink carefully. Hey Andy, how's it going? Welcome back. We suggest our sibling goes first. Are you ready to order, Silver? Oh, thanks for the hydrate check. I have an idea, yes. Can we expect an interesting new recipe? You're a barista yourself now, after all. A barista? How am I... Oh, you mean the cafe. Yes, you mentioned you were opening one, didn't you? I am, after a fashion. But I'm not focusing on drink menus just yet. Also intriguing. I promise I'm not just withholding information, Stephanie, but things are a little complicated. Is it alright if we start with the drink? I'll try my best to explain everything afterwards. That sounds good to me. Then, I think I'd like something simple tonight. Do you remember the first drink I ordered when I came here years ago? Fuck. What was it? Wasn't it a coffee-based drink? It was a coffee drink, and I think you mentioned it was very bitter. Bitter and tart, right? Yes, I think that's right. A bitter and tart coffee drink. Lion, how's it going, Vince? Oh, thank you so much for coming by tonight. Changed his appearance to fit his new self. It's very transgender. It's righteous. I love Silver's new appearance, and like their name suits them so well. All right, a coffee-based drink that's bitter and tart. Wasn't it like a coffee with ginger or something? Like it was like 2 coffees and ginger. Also, maybe he can use the ID card. Yeah, wasn't this like this card was given to us by the secret agent? Were we supposed to give that to Silver, or were we supposed to hold on to it for another person? Tart implies citrus. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, I don't know why that is, Vince, but I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you can stick around for a bit. We're just chilling with some coffee talk. Coffee. Let's try a coffee with lemon. Yeah, it seems that Twitch has been acting up a little bit for a lot of people. Was it lemon coffee or was it something else with ginger? I want to give that another try. Like, surely it's got a more interesting name than that. There we go, that's more like it. Should we give them the name card as well? I just worry about this getting Silver in trouble. What do you guys think? Because that's for Georgie, that's for Gala. I think that's their past that they left behind. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to them. Alright. I hope this is right. What is... I got off the agent last time he was here. That is quite something. Thank you, Stephanie. Truly. You can't know how much it helps, but it really does. Don't mention it. I thought, you know, maybe you'd find a way to put it to good use. I'm sure I can figure something out. You seem to have grown quite creative over the months. I guess I have somewhat. I'll let you know how this plays out in the end. Thank you again. Here's a black lemon for you, Silver. This definitely looks like what I had in mind. Yes, we got it! And it tastes interesting. It's very minimal, yet strong. Very enjoyable. I think I might prefer sweeter things, but I'm glad I tried this one. You know, I second what Miss Amanda said last time. You feel the same in some ways, yet also very different. I don't know. I do think that everyone keeps changing all the time. Maybe we feel like our personalities make sense, because we see ourselves in hindsight. And the truth is, we make ourselves up as we go along. That is an insightful theory, Silver. You have grown wiser. You used to be rather youthful and innocent part of the hive. Oh, well, I've had to learn and adapt here. It's been quite a couple of years, after all. But despite all that, and considering what I said about people changing all the time, I don't think I've changed all that much. In fact, it's as if I've been becoming a little more me every day. Just revealing myself. Speaking of that, we meant to ask, how did you choose this specific earthling appearance over another? Our observation is that earthlings come in a great many varieties, with a near infinity of combinations. Did you run a random generator algorithm? Oh no, it wasn't random at all. Even at first, it wasn't a conscious process. I chose the way I looked because it felt true to who I am. When I first started coming to this cafe, I had a hard time understanding this world and its rules. But there were already some things that I could relate to. Some things that felt familiar. Like Hyde's eyes that always see beyond the surface. Or Gala's outfit, which is a sign of kindness and trust. I borrow those traits from them without even realizing. You took inspiration from them? Yes, our species seems to have the ability to do that. But Gala's fashion I couldn't keep after all. It came with responsibilities. People stop me all the time to ask me for medical advice. I can see how that would be problematic. Yes, but then I found this fictional universe. I knew there was something I recognized about his outfit, with the little, like, pin and everything and the blue shirt. His outfit, it's like the blue shirts in Star Trek. And I love it. Like, yes. Like, you were inspired by Gala, so you wanted to dress in a kind of medical profession. But no, so you've dressed like a Trekkie, and it's great. It's so good. Because I noticed the pin, but I was like, okay, is it just an homage or are they going to mention it? Yes, McCoy, that was it. Dr. McCoy. Where all the stories take place in the stars. So I changed my outfit to imitate theirs. And at some point, it all came together. One morning, I saw myself in the mirror, and I felt right. Like the way I looked matched who I was. It made me feel at peace. So although I look different now from when we first met, and although I have learned the ways of this world a bit and have grown a bit, in many ways I still feel the same. Different but same. Yes, different but same. It makes sense to us. It really does. Oh, is this Laurel? They have a name. Laurel. No, this is from Pearl. Oh, they have a number of interesting partners. Okay. Still no news from Midge. We think the odds are now 84.308% that she is phantoming you. Do you mean ghosting? We mean phantoming, as in when you think you hear a sound, but your ears are merely playing a trick on you. We thought we had established a hive connection with Midge, but it was only a phantom sound after all. I know, the way like she was like vibrating in her seat and like even like maybe that was a depiction of like stimming from excitement. That was genuinely so fucking cute. Anyhow, what is Pearl saying? That a calendar might clear up soon if I want to meet up. Ooh, Silver. Sounds like things are going very well indeed. I think it may be time I tell you a little bit about this. Let me just check what we unlocked about you first. Okay, they still need to update that, but that's okay. Good, good. Added that to the list. There's so many drinks to unlock. But we wish to order a drink as well. Oh, of course. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Amanda. Oh, apologies, but the machine's having issues today. We'll let you know as soon as it's working again. Curious that Earth drink-making skills are so refined, yet so unreliable. This is a land of contradictions. Sure is. But do carry on, sibling. Right, so I've been relying on Amanda to help me with the online part of online dating. And it's been working really well. On average. There have also been some small issues. Earthlings are strange. Online dating has a reputation for emphasizing that, yes. Some Earthlings express their interest, but when you say hello, they never answer back. While in real life, saying hello is a starter for 99.845 of conversations. It seems that online, more humorous or breeding-oriented openers are favored. However, if an opener is entirely horned, it is considered out of bounds and angrily dismissed. Horned? Yes, that is when prospective partners send you close-up pictures of their... No! Honey, no! No! Oh no, I'm gonna sit right there. I sent you my atlas, please respond. Oh, that's great. People do that? Oh yes. I think it would be fine after a bit of conversation. If we get into a mood and they ask me first, I'd probably say yes. Horns can be really pretty, you know? But it feels very strange when that's the first thing they do, before they even write a single word. I can imagine. And then sometimes Earthlings express interest. But after reading a joke that is statistically funny 99.908% of the time, they answer with a sad face and block communications. Funny for you 99.908% of the time. Yes. Hey DJ Axeman, how's it going? Fortunately, online dating is governed by the law of large numbers, which favors persistence. We are patient. Amanda has been spending a lot of time on the app, and it's started to work out. I'm now having conversations with some really nice people, especially Pearl. We prefer Laurel. Her facial features are more symmetrical, but Silver seems to favor the asymmetrical Earthling. It's just... she sounds like a really good person. She's communications director for a charity that fights homelessness. She cares about other people a lot. I don't think she's been very lucky in return. But she's very funny and curious of everything, and her smile. Please desist, we can sense your hormones boiling. She's the person you might be getting a date with? I really hope so. I know, it's so cute, like the sibling, like they were both doing it at the same time. It's pure sibling vibes. Do you have a day and a time for your date? Hey, Delta Zero. Oh, like my favorite dinosaurs is probably Velociraptor. Like, I love Velociraptors. Especially, you know, the way they should look in like movies where they've got all the feathers and everything. They just look cool as shit. I love them. No, this is on a different topic. Please excuse me. So I take it you've been enjoying your time on Earth, Miss Amanda? Or not? No, we've been enjoying it. But we also see the limits of it. What do you mean? We are a hive mind. A hive mind knows no boundaries or limitations. We share all of our thoughts and desires. It is not difficult for us to connect. We are born connected. But Earthlings are guarded. They have complex emotions. And they have no means of truly knowing what anyone else feels. That makes them afraid of judgment and of hurt. It must be very difficult and painful for them to connect deeply. There is so much they must let go of first. We cannot live like that. You said that online networks were like a hive. Like a hive, but not a true hive. A true hive requires honesty and directness, as well as a desire to deeply understand others. I see. You don't think you could ever adapt the way Silver has? Silver is different. Even when he was a part of us, we could sense him looking outwards. That is why he's become such an amazing explorer. And that is why he made an effort to learn Earthling's codes and behaviors. He did not want just to understand. He wanted to experience. We are not like him. We like to seek knowledge on what is different from us. But once we have that knowledge, we are satisfied. Oh, thanks for the stretch check. Thank you. Uncovering it and bringing it back is what makes us happy. This is curious. It seems we are picking up some Earthling instincts after all. It is a good thing that our data readings here should soon be complete. And Silver's on his way to getting a date. It would appear so. Amanda, we have to go. What? Again? That call was bad news. The agent... Oh no. Oh no, are we gonna have to hide them? Too late, just hide behind the counter, quick. Quickly, like, hide Amanda, hide Amanda. Good evening, Mr. Agent. We apologize, but our machine has been having issues. We cannot serve drinks at the moment. You know very well I'm not here for drinks. I'd rather not involve any more civilians in this, though. Oh, do you mean me? I'm sorry, but I can't. Whatever this is, wait for. Sorry, but can't whatever this is wait for another night? I haven't finished my drink yet, and it looks like rain. And it looks like rain again outside. Well, here's something that can't wait for starters. Barista, did you happen to find a ID card lying around? An ID card? Not that I can recall, no. I certainly hope you're telling the truth. Mr. Agent, you seem to always doubt me. But since you've been here several times already, surely you should see by now that I'm not lying. Well, you're awfully good at avoiding straight answers, and losing an ID card sounds very troublesome. Back when I worked at a delivery center, they would make us pay a lot to replace lost ID cards. Ugh. That's not even the start of it. My job is a lot less forgiving than a delivery center. I'm very sorry to hear that. What's your job exactly? We uncover illegal aliens and extradite them. Which is why I've been coming here in the first place. We keep getting tips that there have been alien sightings around this cafe. Speaking of which, have you noticed anything out of the ordinary, young man? I can't say that I have. I don't come here all that often. But it always seems very above board to me. Are you sure the tips aren't a prank? It seems that some young people enjoy those as a pastime. There are very popular videos of them online. That. Maybe it is, but I still have to investigate properly. Otherwise, my superiors will have my head on a platter. But you can't waste your time on a cold trail either. Surely your superiors will see that you've done your best. I doubt that. They're a bit obsessed with the alien situation. Obsessed? Is it really that big an issue? Well, having such unusual elements around disturbs the public peace. Your average Joe has no clue as to what to make of them, you know. It makes people feel unsettled. I see. Although the visible aliens aren't too bad from where I'm standing. At least we can identify and extract them. Aliens who try to pass for Earthlings are a bigger problem. Why so? For one, it just muddles things, no matter how much they try to look like Earthlings. They were born aliens, and aliens they will remain. But now they're aliens who don't look like aliens. What does that mean, you know? And where does it stop? What if some Earthlings decided they wanted to look like aliens? That would be a huge mess. Anyway, the top brass insists that we go after them. And in the end, that makes my job a lot harder. All that time spent detecting them. Give me a good spacesuit wearing alien any day, you know. Oh, but don't you worry about a thing. We at Fire always find a way to keep the public safe. I see. So how do you go about detecting them, exactly? Well, that one's easy. Once I have my suspicions, I check their ID. That makes it all clear, right? Right. I do wonder, though, what is it? And I'm sorry if I'm being too curious. Hey, Talon, how's it going? I have a habit of putting my foot in my mouth. No, you're good. No harm in asking. In that case, what is it that makes aliens so very different? There are all sorts of people living here. They all have different personalities, different looks. And for me, when I walk through the streets of Seattle, and I see that not two people are alike, I admit that it makes me very happy. And if someone comes from further away, but they feel an Earthling at heart, will they really be more different from the people who lived in the city? Than the people in the city are different from each other? Or would they just be another version of an Earthling? Perhaps no less beautiful. At the end of the day, who the heck knows? It's not like I can afford to spend time pondering it. I don't have a dog in this fight, so to speak. Thing is the law, and my job is to uphold it. Right, but despite everything you said, it's still unclear to me as to why the law is so stringent against aliens. Ah, well, it's not so much the law is stringent against them, it's more that there's no law for them. What do you mean? How do you mean? Well, at this point we have treaties and codes for all the races we know of, right? But we never made a treaty with aliens or anything resembling it. There's no law even acknowledging their existence. Oof, I didn't know that. But why is that a problem? That's easy. We have no way to regulate their presence. There's been no thorough analysis of how they can cohabitate with Earthlings. As I said, it's all very confusing. For all we know, they could be very damaging to us. So it feels safer to keep them away, at least for now. Safer for whom? Silver, keep your cool. Keep your fucking cool. It is what it is. I'm not afraid of aliens myself, and going after them is not my biggest passion. But since I'm doing this job, might as well aim for a promotion. Anyhow, just call us at Fire if you spot any aliens, alright? Seem like an honest sort, unlike some other people. Some other people who should learn to be more straightforward. They want their business to stay in business. Amanda. Shut up. What was that? Perfect timing! Just the coffee machine. It seems to have restarted now. That's a relief. Right. I think I'm still going to conduct a search of the premises. Just to be on the safe. What the heck is this? If I'm not mistaken, this is a local cat. It's come over once before. Looks like it might be hiding from another stray. It's very cute. Good kitty. I think it likes you. What sort of place is this? With your fiddly machines and your weird pets. I know it looks like I have emergency elsewhere. Well, I guess you're off the hook for now, you and your cafe. But make sure I don't get such reports about you anymore. We will. Try our best, Mr. Agent. Silver, you're trembling. That's alright. You can come out now, I think, Amanda. Well, we found this experience 100% distasteful. Actually, it was 40.235% distasteful, 20.834% scary, and 38.931% exciting. She's so cute, I love her. But I think we got some new information. Silver, did you update your stats or anything? Ah, there we are. Mr. Hyde, darling, it could be behind your neck. Darling, I could be behind your neck without you realizing it. Makes you think I actually need permission to enter a building. I love you, classy motherfucker. Why are you threatening people on Tomodachi, Mr. Hyde? I love them, Your Honor. No reason. I was thinking out loud because a lot of things happening lately, so I was processing it. Sorry if it was insensitive. Oh, Lucas, what's up? What did you post? Does everything happen for a reason or not? Okay. I apologize. This is just nerves. We're truly sorry for this disturbance. It's not your fault at all. But should you be sticking around here? The agent might come back. No. I lured him away, at least for now. You did? Well, it's a good thing the little cat came in when it did. It bought us some precious minutes. What sort of earthling are you? We see. Do you speak cat? We can feel this earthling's intent better than usual. It is expressing it clearly. It wishes to rest and be left alone. Oh, if I feel all out of sorts. Is the machine really working again? It is, indeed. Then make us a drink, and one for Silver as well. The same one should be fine for both. Just make it hot and comforting, and what would you like, sibling? I think I need some sweetness right now. I would really appreciate a hot, very sweet, very comforting drink. A hot, very sweet, very comforting drink. What about a hot chocolate with honey? Oh, we can make one better than that. Not just honey chocolate, it needs to be better. It needs to be an actual drink. What about a hot chocolate and it has milk and honey? Yeah, a Chocobi Miracle, maybe? Oh, they want one very sweet, though. What about chocolate with honey and cinnamon? Because that is very sweet. Let me try that again. Okay, it's the same thing. I'm gonna try serving this cinnamon honey chocolate because it's like maxed out on sweetness, so I think this is what they want. Here you go, sweet drinks for the two of you. This isn't bad. Though I could probably have been a little sweeter. It was maxed out on sweetness. Okay, fine. The sensation of this is not vastly different from what you served us the other night. But it sounds like it will be fine. I'm impressed though, Silver. You've become quite savvy at navigating these situations. Even if I'm sure you'd rather avoid them altogether. Yes, I would definitely prefer to avoid them. But I need to get used to them anyway. Why? The agent doesn't know you've come from outer space. Surely you should be off the hook for now. It's more complicated than that. Stephanie, you know the cafe I said I'm opening? Yes? Well, it's not exactly like this cafe. In fact, it's not exactly a cafe at all. For the past few months, it's been the basis of operations. For SAVE. SAVE? SAVE, Society for Aliens and Various Extraterrestrials. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, that sounds amazing! Wow. I know it sounds very reckless. No, it sounds rather admirable. I think I underestimated you. I don't know. But you see why I've had to become savvy, as you said. I have a lot of people depending on me now. Those who are just arriving on Earth and are confused and scared. Those who have adopted Earthling appearances and are trying to blend in. Those who are learning how to understand life here. And how to understand themselves. And for all of them, it's an existential matter. Lubear, thank you so much for the 28-month resub. You're absolutely amazing and I really appreciate the support. Thank you. Hi all, and hi to you as well, Lubear. I hope you're doing well this evening. Not everyone is meant to be a hive mind. I know I wasn't. No offense, Amanda. We are not offended. We have always known you were different from us. It is all the same to us. You are a sibling, whether you live as the hive or as an earthling. Amanda, I really do love you. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? That is not a conversation I think I can have right now. I'll explain it to you tomorrow, okay? After we both have a rest. We will remind you of it. I know you will. I think I'm getting a little tired now. Is it alright if we go back? Absolutely! Our energy is also 98.429% depleted. Silver, is there anything we can do to help? No, I don't think so. Thank you for offering, really. But you have a different part to play in all this. Just couldn't resist, could you? I mean, could you blame me? And you've been playing it very well. You're very kind. Well, in that case, have a good night, the two of you, and please come again soon. You'll always be welcome here. Us and many others. Oh, excuse me. We know and we're grateful. Good night, Stephanie. I'd say good night to the cat, but I don't think it needs my wishes. Good night, Stephanie. See, now we can use good night. We find it rather odd that... Maybe we should continue this chat while we walk. I'm not sure if you saw in the Discord, but the Alone in the Dark prologue is free at the moment if you want to try to determine the game will be suitable to stream when it's released. Ooh, I will check that out. It looks like Stephanie's 98% plus depleted. I'm a little sleepy. I'm usually always tired on Sundays, but it is a long weekend, so I get tomorrow off work as well. But usually by Sunday night, I'm fairly worn out after the weekend. Oh, excuse me. Alright. What a night. This has been a great deal more animated than we bargained for. And I suppose we have a new four-legged friend now. I wonder what you're doing here, little one. Don't you have a home? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you up. Oh well, I guess it's time for you to let me close shop. Silver. It's an honor to be related to someone like you. You might be a little bit confused if you didn't watch the previous playthrough, but that's interesting. Next day. Do you remember right at the end of the previous game? At the end of the previous game, we had a nice little chat with Neil, who came back and had some interesting insights. So, Stephanie in this game might be a little stranger than she first appears. September 26th, 2023. Okay, curbing recent security breaches, government to block data leak of websites. First workaholics treatment center to open in 2024. No phone, no laptop, just rest. Which one of you fuckers developed that? No! No, which one of you mother behind that? Workaholic treatment center over my dead body. Beachgoer report, silver algae blooming on Alki Beach. Sorry, hang on. Just need to blow my nose. There. Oh, excuse me. Quick, Scarlet, grab her before she can get away. No! I will sleep when I'm dead. Steph, this is an intervention. You're gonna have to catch me first. Oh, let's first see how our friends are doing. She's a 10 but about to marry a freelancing elf. So she's 100. I love the two of them so much. They're so sweet. Oh, metal. Looking amazing as always. Do you think VR should really take off in the future? I personally can't use it for very long, but maybe that's just me. I can't really do VR either, so I empathize with that. Having an ocean fish as a pet is so hard, especially living in a city such as Seattle. But it feels nice to have someone depend on you, you know? Busy all day today. Don't forget to drink water. Still on hiatus though. It's coming together. I can't believe it. It's going to be so good. Today's delivery cutoff time. 3 o'clock. No night shift. I've threatened Steph for less, but tonight is my night off. Hee hee hee. I can slip away when she's not suspecting it. Oh, we did get a little bit more about Amanda, which is nice. Thank you for the hydrate check. Somehow I feel like it's going to be a long, long night. Or not. Gala, hey, good evening. Hey, Stephanie. How are you? Not too shabby, I hope. Everything's just fine. You sure? Positive. How about you, sir? How's work? My shift is over, so I'm free now. Nice. That reminds me, Mr. Hyde was here just the other day. Ah, that's right. Did he tell you the reason for his visit? Yeah, he's moving back here, right? Or at least that's the plan. Yes, what a nice surprise. He told me he's got a few things to discuss on that. Well, it's part of why I'm here tonight. Aside from getting myself a hot drink, that is. On that note, I'm so ready to take your order. Much obliged. So Henry told me about this Indonesian ginger drink. It has milk, honey, and a couple of other stuff in it. I think it's called a STMJ. I'll have a cup of that. Okay, so it was milk, honey, and ginger, I'm assuming. Milk, honey, and ginger. Let's see if this was right. No, that's not it. So milk, ginger, then honey. There we go. Also, I think this is yours. I could be wrong, but I'll give this a try. Oh. I see, I dropped my keycard here, huh? Yes! We were right! But hi, Frosty King, thank you so much for the raid! How's it going, my lovelies? Frosty King and Loki the Turtle, welcome! I hope you guys had an awesome stream and thank you so much for dropping by. Welcome, come in, come in. We're all just having a good time here at Coffee Talk, enjoying the nice chill vibes on this lovely Sunday. So thank you so much for joining us. I see, I dropped my keycard here, huh? Thank you, Stephanie. Now, I have a spare. Because I already made a new one. It's always good to have an extra one at hand. The only downside is that it cost me $100. Now I'm wondering where I should keep this one. Maybe in my locker at work. I'd hate to lose it there. I'm having a great day, Frosty King. I hope you're doing great as well. And Constantine, thank you so much for the 55-month resub, currently on a 25-month streak. Thank you so much, Constantine, for another month of incredible support. Thank you so, so much. You're amazing. Yeah, let's hope it never comes to that. One nutritious drink from the archipelago coming up. I was playing Mass Effect 3, I recommend it. Awesome, fantastic. Like, Garrus Vakarian, just, I love him so much. Thanks a lot. So what's in it again? It's a hot blend of egg, milk, ginger, and honey. The drink's name itself is the ingredients. Sesu telu madu jahi. Milk, egg, honey, and ginger. No wonder it somewhat reminds me of eggnog. Albeit spicier and not as rich. But I can see why Henry likes it. Hey Steph, do you have any plans to play Dredge? I need to check that out. I'll check to see what kind of game it is before confirming anything. But maybe I might consider playing Mass Effect in the future, depending, possibly. But I can see why Henry likes it. It's a great stamina drink. It's a fishing game with eldritch elements. Okay, I'll have a look. Oh wait, I think I've actually heard of it. I think I might have seen it online. I'll check it out myself just to see if it kind of fits the vibe and what stream, whether it would be better for my Sunday streams or my Friday streams. But I'll just maybe check it out, play a little bit of it myself, and then see if I think it'll fit my streams. He probably needs to keep up with Rachel's work. You're probably right. As long as he remembers to take breaks. Maybe I should invite him for a drink here sometime. What do you think? That would be lovely. Then consider it done. You know what? I don't think Hyde will show up tonight. Oh, why is that? When I called him earlier to confirm, he sounded a little annoyed. And it's not exactly great outside either. I thought he liked this kind of weather. Him, yes. His car, not so much. That thing wouldn't survive this kind of storm. Now that you mention it, you may be right. I used to drive him in that car back in the day. Given the track record of Sunday streams, is an Eldritch Horror really that out of place? I mean, to be fair, I did play like Sucker for Love and Doki Doki Literature Club on my Sunday streams, so yeah, maybe I'll look into it. I'll look into it. Did he ever tell you how old it is? Yep, gave me the whole backstory of it. Oh. I guess I'm just surprised he still uses it at all. Oh, thanks for the hydrate check. Speaking about Sucker for Love, Stephanie, will you be playing the sequel when it comes out? Oh, you bet your butt I'm going to be playing the sequel when it comes out. Especially so because my incredible friend Autumn Ivy is actually going to be in it. And I'm so goddamn proud of her. So I'm very excited for when the sequel comes out. Baron, thank you so much for the gifted subscription to Clansinator. Thank you so much, Baron. You're incredible. I really appreciate the gifted sub. Thank you. Doing art or VA work. She's doing voice acting. I don't remember the name of the character she's playing, but she's playing one of the characters, and it looks so good. The character designs just look amazing in the game as always, but I'm very excited to hear her. I guess I'm just surprised he still uses it at all. The car clearly holds a special meaning to him. He was also quite sentimental about it, which makes me wonder if it has anything to do with him moving back here. What do you mean? He lived here before, right? Yeah. And he kept bringing up the past, too. Are you saying his move is motivated by nostalgia? I was going to say homesickness, but I realize that makes no sense. I get what you're trying to say, though. It's a strange longing for times gone by, considering how fast things are changing these days. Maybe even too fast. Which is ironic, really. What is? Live long enough, you'll realize the only constant in your life is change itself. Things like shifting necessities, curveballs the world throws at you, decay. Just stuff we have to deal with indefinitely. Considering our lifespans, you'd think we'd get used to it at some point. But we never do. Never completely, anyway. Ivy's playing Billy? Okay, the character of Billy in the new Sucker for Love. That's Autumn Ivy's character. I'm so excited. I'm so happy for her. I suppose the idea of getting used to change is a paradox in and of itself. That sounds about right. Perhaps nostalgia is like an anchor for dinosaurs like us. Keeps us from losing ourselves to the world's relentless speed. You get used to these after a while, huh? Pretty much. Who is it? Hi! Hi, Rihanna! Oh, hey there. We meet again. Yes, hello. Excuse me for a moment. Got it. Welcome, Miss Rihanna. Good evening. I'm meeting up with someone. Oh, okay then. How's your car, by the way? My car. Oh, you mean the tire. There's really no need for concern as it was an easy fix. But thank you for asking. My pleasure. May I order a cup of Russian tea? Russian tea, what was that again? Do I have that? Should have that. A Russian tea. What was in that again? It was a tea base. I thought it was like a black tea and it had like tea and it was tea, lemon and cinnamon. Okay, perfect. Because I knew it didn't have milk in it. It was like a black tea, but it had a weird combination of spices. Steph casually pushing off an awesome Raven impression. I try my best. We don't have any other items. No, we just got that for Georgie, so we're all good. Russian tea for the lady Russian to deliver. Get it? Okay, we know her birthday, 18th of September. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Russian tea for the lady Russian to deliver. That's a good one. We actually got her to laugh and smile. I'm so proud of us. This is perfect, by the way. Thank you. You're welcome. So who are you meeting with, if I may ask? You should know, shouldn't you? After all, you were tasked to give me his contact info. Ah, that's right. So you two did end up connecting after all. We did, yes. But truth be told, I really wasn't sure about contacting him at all. Why is that? Because as far as I'm concerned, there was no real reason for me to do so. Nevertheless, I sent him an email the following night, right after the completion of my final delivery at 3 AM. That's pretty late. A little, but surely no worse than forgetting it altogether. But he replied straight away, to my surprise. I had no idea he was such a night owl. Or perhaps just an extremely early bird? Right. And yeah, her eyes are adorable. I love it that they're kind of like a dark grey with the sclera, and like it's a slightly lighter grey for her iris. Like, they're just so cool. Her whole look is amazing. I wonder if he ever sleeps. That should be a question for you too, miss. Oops. Anyhow, he answered me with an apology. He regretted his rudeness from when we first met. Which was another surprise, since I didn't think that was such a matter of concern. Well, he did return here the next evening, looking for you. Did he? Yep, he said so himself. I see. How peculiar. In any case, we exchanged phone numbers and been texting ever since. Then he said he wants to meet up and speak in person. Which is why I'm here now. And I'm still not quite sure it's necessary. I mean, maybe he just wants to chat and hang out. Perhaps. I suppose we'll see. Yeah, so Hyde's not coming tonight. Probably for the best, given the circumstances. Oh, thank you so much, DJ Axeman. You have an awesome night. Thanks so much for joining us. Is he okay? Yeah, he just wants to take it easy tonight. Understandable. My apologies for these surges. I was hoping it'd become more stable as the days go by, but no need to apologize for something out of your control. That's right. You tried everything you could. I know. Thank you for your understanding. How are you doing, miss? Hey there. Did you manage to resolve your issues with the children? Wow, just jumping straight to the point. Sorry? Oh, I mean the hospital admission problem from the other day. Oh, that. For a minute there I thought I had a beef with kids I was unaware of. Sorry for the misunderstanding. No worries, that was funny. It's only been a few days, so not much has changed. How about you? Feeling better? Yes. Well, I apologize for the way I acted a few days ago. We all have our bad days, so don't worry about it. Thank you. While we're on the topic, I told Officer Jueschke about what happened to your car. Would you mind pointing out where you believe the incident took place? Sure. Alrighty, we have a redeem pick my voice for Mommy Minotaur. So, y'all are asking for the wonderful dulcet tones of Mama Miranda, are you? Well, thank you so much, Uranus, for inviting me back. It is a pleasure, as always. And it seems that we found ourselves on quite a cozy occasion. So, I hope you all have gotten something nice for yourselves to drink, preferably something sweet and warm and comforting. So y'all settle in, relax, and let's enjoy this wonderful story together. So, I apologize, miss, I'm going to be doing your voice a little bit different this evening for now, but let's see what you have to say. It was quiet near the police station, actually, at a metered spot just outside the now-defunct library. Oh, the vacant building at the Bourne intersection? Yes, that's correct. I see. So it was originally a library. You know the area? I know the property, yeah. It's been abandoned for a long time now. But it's a heritage building, so I often wonder why nothing's being done with it. Since it's located in a very populated, culture-centric neighborhood. That's true. There's even an art college nearby. Right? Then again, I've always found the street a bit odd. Odd how? It's just barren. Especially if you consider the area. And the weird thing is, I feel like it wasn't always that way. The cartoon legend, thank you so much for the follow. You are now one of my lovely lost tales, and you are welcome at the Blue Rose Respite anytime. Take a seat and enjoy yourself. Feel? Don't you mean remember? Nope, exactly what I said. It's a feeling, not a clear memory. Strange, isn't it? I figured you would switch between everyone. Barista would be the Minotaur, show off your range. You know what? I'm good with doing that as well, if that's alright with you, Uranus. Then we could just have the lovely bartender, Stephanie, speak with this charming voice of Mama Morena, and then I can do the other voices for all the other characters. Does that sound good to you? Though we could end up doing a whole monologue for one character before getting back to the barista. That's a very fair point as well. It just feels like a fun way to kind of jump between all the different characters. That is odd. Well, there used to be a flea market there a long, long time ago. Perhaps that is what you were recalling. A flea market, huh? The last time I drove there, I remember seeing nothing but concrete. Oh, wait. There was a single dead tree, surrounded by strange trinkets. A dead tree, huh? No idea why I almost forgot about it. It stuck out like a sore thumb. About 8 feet tall, no leaves. It's been there forever too, as far as I know. That hawthorn tree was something of a landmark for us, drivers. And the trinkets you spoke of were actually remembrances of sorts. Remembrances? Hold on, I'm just going to recap a bit here, okay? Sure. Your car was vandalized near a metered parking spot in front of an abandoned library on a seemingly deserted street within a busy area that has a large dead tree surrounded by remembrances for some reason? Sounds about right. Except the tree is no longer there. Oh? Are you serious, Pops? Why wouldn't I be? That is crazy! My, we got quite the full house this evening. How y'all doing? Good evening, gentlemen. Hey, everyone. Oh boy, I thought I'd be early, but you're already here, lady. Hello. Stephanie, for the love of all things holy, tell me my lighter is here. Well, you're in luck because it is. Oh damn, thank goodness. Would you like me to get it for you? Get it now for you? Nah, it's fine. I'm just glad to know it's here. Just bring it with my drink later. Sure, let me know when you're ready to order. Cheers. Well, what's up, y'all? What's new? Evening, officer? We were just talking about the spot where Miss Riona's car may have been vandalized. Oh? They got your car too, lady? Yes, but it's not a big issue. Still, sorry you had to experience that. Where did you park your car, miss? I could send you the coordinates if you like. That'd be real swell. Got it. Okay. Oh. Is it within your area? Is it within the area you expected, or? Pretty much. Same location where I parked mine a week ago. I see. You can rest assured we already increased patrols in that area. That's great. But I'm the only one doing it at the moment. That sucks. Cerberus, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. What's that? Am I hearing you, out of all people, doubting my skills, Stephanie? No, of course not. I just thought it means an unfortunate increase in your workload. Oh, well, that's the breaks, I suppose. Anyway, give me your strongest espresso, Stephanie, and don't forget my lighter. Alrighty, we got one espresso coming right up, and your lighter as well. There you go, Georgie. We got you well taken care of. Oh, there it is. Thanks, Stephanie. You probably think I'm being silly, but what can I say? It's my lucky charm. Yeah. That it's borderline superstitious, I know. Don't you have anything of the sort? Well, I have good reason to be superstitious. Excuse me. Whenever I don't have this with me, things happen. Right. Alright, here comes the strongest espresso in the house. Cheers. Ah, perfect as always. Are you ready to order? Might as well. I like something desserty, because it's my cheat day. Sure thing. Any specifics in mind? Well, I saw this video of a Spanish hot cocoa drink yesterday. It was so thick I thought it was chocolate sauce. The name also reminded me of a song. But for some reason I can't remember the title right now. You know, that sounds oddly familiar. For real? Then I'll have that thick cocoa. It's got milk and a little hot spicy kick to it. Oh, right. I think I know exactly what you're looking for. It's like cocoa, cinnamon, and then milk. It's like a very spicy hot chocolate. No, that's not it. Let's try cocoa powder, and then milk, and then cinnamon. No, it was Spanish. I remember that. Yeah, it's the Spanish Sahara, but I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong. Milk and a little hot, spicy kick to it. A little hot, spicy kick to it. Yeah, let's try this and see if that's the right way. There we go. Alrighty, one Spanish Sahara coming up. Here comes a cup of Spanish Sahara for you. Oh, so that's what it's called. That's what we call it here, at least. Very cool. Then, bon appetit. I think this is it. Very tasty. Thanks, Daphne. You're so welcome. So, Pops. Just earlier, you were telling me about your creepy patrolling experience, right? Was it the same location where the lady's car was? Creepy patrolling experience? Well, I don't know if I should even talk about it. Because maybe it's just a tad too spooky. Even for me. What happened? Tell him, Pops! It's not that big a deal, honestly. Then all the more reason to talk about it, right? Maybe someone here will know something. Got a point there. You know, we're talking about the area anyway, right? Yeah? Well, I've been patrolling there the past few nights. The street itself is fairly straightforward. It's about half a mile round trip from the intersection and back. There's nothing much there either. Concrete sidewalk with metered parking spots. A fence here and there. And an unfinished construction site with a couple CCTVs dotted about. No tree. What tree? There used to be a dead tree in front of the old library. Huh. Oh, that old dead tree. It was uprooted by the city back in January. The commercial community decided it wasn't really a good look. So when the city started a massive cleanup project last year, well, they simply voted to get rid of it. I see. Why? What's up? We were actually talking about it earlier, and, being a decades-old landmark aside, could there be something more to the tree than just, well, being old? You think so? That's what I think after listening to Miss Riona. Are you expecting something from me, Stephanie? Huh? Oh, no. I'm sorry if I crossed the line. You just seem to know a lot about it, and I don't want to mix up the facts. I understand. But I would like to hear from the officer's spooky tale first, if you don't mind. Gladly, miss. Almost forgot about me there, huh? So, anyway, patrolling on that street is an easy task. Only 4 to 5 cars would park there overnight at most, which makes keeping track a breeze. Sounds ideal, though. As expected, though, nothing happened the first 2 nights. But yesterday was a different story. Hold on. What a stage setup. Oh, phew. There you go. Thank goodness. Sorry about that. Please continue. Alrighty. Well, it was nearing the end of my shift and I found nothing was amiss. There are only 4 cars parked that night. 2 spaced across the street and 2 on the opposite corner, side by side. My plan was to leave after I walk one last round to make sure everything was okay. And a reminder, you can cover the whole place in only 8 minutes. Okay. Then, at the end of my walk, I took a drag on my cigarette. Smug as I was about to clock out, thinking 'twas about another night job well done. Right? Wrong, as I was immediately faced with the impossible. 3 cars, 2 side by side, 1 across the street. All tires flattened. That's 12 vandalized tires for you, in a span of less than 10 minutes. That is so strange. It would take several minutes to flatten just 1 tire. And that's if you're using the right tools. Right? But that wasn't all. Oh no, it wasn't. Because that was the moment when the streetlights went out. Suddenly and all at once. What? Right after that, I heard flurries of footsteps and laughter. They were going farther and farther away from the scene, and yet I saw nothing at all. No, it's too spooky for you. It's too spooky for you. Oh. Are you sure? Did the CCTV catch anything? The infrareds actually managed to catch something, but the videos weren't clear at all, so I'm still investigating it. Jeez Louise, Pops. That's way spookier than what you told me in the car. But it's cool, though. I may be laughing now, but I almost pissed my pants there, you see. Well, whoever they were, they sure worked fast. Also, we've been doing Mama Arena's voice for a while now, so I'm gonna wrap up that Pick My Voice. Thank you so much for Arena's for requesting her. She is absolutely wonderful. I just tried to do the voice a little bit longer because I was jumping between so many different characters, but thank you so much for your request. Well, whoever they were, they sure worked fast. Right? Anyway, Stephanie, I think I want another drink. All that talking is making my throat dry and coffee just ain't cutting it. Roger that, what would you like? What do you suggest? How about some tea with ginger and honey? Sounds good. Can you use the red flower stuff you have as a base? You mean hibiscus? Definitely. Okay then, I'd like red flower tea with ginger and a touch of honey. Can do. With ginger. Oops. Hibiscus with ginger and a touch of honey. Ooh, that looks lovely. One piping hot Tejae Rosella for you. Did we unlock something new? Yay! Born and raised in Seattle, still a lactose intolerant cop. And we unlocked some new things. Spanish Sahara, woman cozy just like a dame, Barcelona. Steamed with roast ginger with a touch of honey, perfect for rainy evenings. Very nice. One piping hot tea, Jahe Rosella for you. Oh, what does it mean? Jahe means ginger, te means te, and Rosella is Roselle, another name for hibiscus. I see, a legit herbal drink. Spicy, but perfect for the weather. Good call, Stephanie. I'm happy to please. If that's the case, let me join your patrol, Pops. Because I'm not scared of ghosts. Real beings scare me more. Wait a sec, kid, what do you mean by ghosts, eh? Jumping the gun a little bit, ain't you? I don't know, Pops. Maybe it's even something crazier than that. This is a really serious problem, kid. Don't joke around like that. Sorry. Interesting. You know something? No, not me. But she might. Right, the tree, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. What about it, miss? It's your turn to finish your thought. So this is my first time catching a stream of this game, no YouTube viewing either. Is the game basically listen to the various exotic patrons, then make the drinks as needed? Essentially that's it. Like, you're mostly playing the game for the story, and if you get the right drinks that they request, sometimes they're more like vaguely like, oh, I'm in the mood for this sort of drink with like maybe a little bit of this. Sometimes they'll tell you specifically what it is that they want, but a lot of it is just like enjoying the story that they're telling. Because if you get like all their drinks right, then you unlock more and more about them, then they feel more comfortable around you and they trust you more, so then you get more of an insight to their character. But I'm not sure if this can be any use at all, but... Officer, are you aware of the story behind that tree? Huh? I recall what you said earlier. People often leave remembrances around it. What do you mean by that, miss? Well, it's because someone passed away there. What? Allow me to explain. I mentioned there was once a flea market on that street, correct? Right. They called it the Fairy Market. It was unofficially set up by the transients of the community. Transients being the government's term for unregistered citizens, including all the other uncategorizable beings at the time. Fairies were a part of that. Huh. I remember learning about it. After the war, the government made its first official attempt to sort things out. Organizing equitable classifications was thought as one of the first steps towards civil peace. But it was oversimplified, inefficient, and not speedy enough. Was that before the Vindication Act? way before that. Many who couldn't register were basically in administrative limbo. What? That's as good as, like, not existing at all. Really, that's horrible. It was the main reason why the fairy market was created in the first place. To ensure transient survival throughout the changing times. In more ways than one. The market had no real schedule, therefore, the start of Fairy Week would be marked by flowers strewn along the intersection, just so people would notice and come and take a look. Kinda sounds too low-key, no? Because it was illegal, silly. Oh. And that was exactly the problem. The market ran day and night, its format unchanging. At the same time, the economy was slowly reshaping the landscape. People started to spend more, becoming reckless, while the loss was still shaky at best. Then a tragic incident occurred one night. A drunk driver was speeding and went off course, striking a vendor there. And the only evidence left of the crime was that tree, standing where there was no tree before. Wait a second, what? Why did I never hear about it? How long ago was this? The accident occurred in 1959. But the market itself was forcibly disbanded in 1961. Happened before I was born, huh? Yeah, I remember everything now. It was actually quite an infamous case, wasn't it? But due to the nature of the beings involved, most people couldn't help but, well, forget. Huh? We're talking about the late 50s to early 60s here. Post-war media was still quite scarce. And I remember the drunk driver was also the son of a very wealthy individual. Oh. Correct. But that wasn't exactly the part that made the case so infamous. It was due to the fact that no body was ever found at the crash site, as well as the vendor being a transient with no legal ID or paper trail. As a result, the court had no choice but to dismiss the case. But there was a body, wasn't it? Not the one people might expect. You mean the tree? Right. When semi-spiritual beings like us pass on from the physical world, some may leave specific landmarkers behind. Not all can do that, though. Us banshees don't do that. You don't? No, we simply disappear. So if I'm getting this right, the tree couldn't be used as evidence because it wasn't classified as remains yet. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Excuse me. The witnesses were in the same boat, no paper trail. So the driver's lawyer took advantage of those loopholes. That's messed up. Beyond messed up, Pops. Whoa. I'm boiling. I'll take a further look into this, miss. But I have a question for you. Yes. You think the vandalism has anything to do with the tree removal? I don't know. I suppose it might, depending on when the acts of vandalism began. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I better get going then. It's almost time for my shift. Okay, officer. Break a leg, Pops. I'd rather not. Stay safe. Will do. I'll keep you all posted. I better go as well. Got an early shift tomorrow. There's one thing I want to confirm though, if you don't mind, miss. Yes. It's about the fairies passing and how everyone ends up forgetting about them afterwards. I really thought that was just a myth. I guess not. Unfortunately. That is why there used to be a memorabilia around that tree. They were efforts by those who remembered to preserve the memory. Thanks for the stretch check. Oh, thank you. But it wasn't enough, was it? Else, we'd still have the tree. Really makes me question my memory. Oh, thank you for the hydrates check, Crowface. Thank you. Are there any people I may have forgotten? Were there events I missed? It's quite scary to think about. For beings like us, being forgotten is inevitable. So, no need to feel bad about it. Is that so? Oh, I didn't catch your name, by the way. I'm Gala. Oh, I'm Lucas. Nice to meet you, sir. Well then, nice meeting you. Good luck with your future auditions, Miss Riona. Thank you. See you around. Bye, Stephanie. Take care. Just a heads up, after we finish today, we're going to be wrapping up the stream. You okay? It's getting real late. I still want to talk, but if you're tired, let me know. Have you eaten? Do you want something to eat? We don't sell food here. You don't? No wonder your place is always empty. Well, just kidding, Stephanie. Don't hate me, please. Well, do you want another drink, maybe? I wouldn't mind one. Nice, what do you feel like having? Something without milk, with a fresh feeling and some brightness to it. I'm also quite partial to the blue pea tea. Oh, okay, I'll order something for you. May I? Sure. Stephanie, could you try this mix? I saw this pretty drink in a video and it looked perfect for Our Lady. Yep, what is it? It had blue pea as a base, a lot of mint, and a splash of lemon. Okay. Let me try this. I think I know what he wants. Blue pea as a base, a lot of mint, and a splash of lemon. Okay, that's not it. It has to have, like, the splash of lemon. Okay, because I thought that you could serve, like, a slice of lemon on the side so that when you squeeze the lemon, it turns the tea into a different color, but I was wrong. Never mind. There we go. That looks more promising. Here you go, miss. From the man sitting right beside you. It looks nice. Very pretty. I like it. Thank you. I'm glad you do. And wow, Stephanie, it looks exactly like what I envisioned. You're a G. I'm happy you both enjoyed it. But man, that whole case earlier, though. It was a lot to take in. Also, about the whole forgetting thing. That really gave me chills. Why? Ugh. Oh, Andy, thank you so much. Don't you feel scared of just disappearing in the end? Because I do. That's why I thought I finally understood you too. I mean, the reason why you wanted to become a soprano your way. The traditional way. Oh? Care to compare notes? Because I've yet to be entirely certain about that myself. Oh, now that's what you call huge pressure. Before that though, can I ask a little teeny tiny question? Go ahead. What inspired you to go down this path? I mean, I may have an idea on why you're choosing the hard way, but why soprano in the first place? Because it's been done before. Pardon? Because there was already a banshee who did it before. So I know it's not impossible. Whoa, for real? Her part was that of a sorbet aria. She was not very well known. What is a sorbet aria? Oh, I meant she was a secondary character. Back in the early 19th century opera, sorbet arias would be sung towards the end of the second act, usually before the evening ended. Hawkers would use the time to offer their wares for the last time to the patrons, often desserts. Hence, sorbet aria. Oh, I see. Like background singing at the end of a show or something? Yes. Things are different nowadays because people are expected to listen to the end. The first time I heard her voice was on an old recording of a comedy opera. I was still very young back then. She was playing a confused maid role at the very end of the opera, wondering why and how people could act so crazy when in love. But despite her confusion, she thought she wasn't so old that she couldn't find out the reason herself. It was a funny epilogue to the opera. But hearing a banshee sing such a playful and light-hearted piece was truly an eye-opener for me. Oh, man, I bet it was. Sadly, I couldn't find any of her other works, but it always stuck with me nonetheless. So I left my commune and started trying on my own. That's really cool and brave of you to do so. I agree. I've never talked about this before. It's a bit embarrassing. Nah, don't be embarrassed. I think it's super cool. You're just feeling inspired to push yourself beyond what's expected of you, and wishing to leave a mark on this world. Is that what you think? Uh-huh. You're just trying to follow a path that has been traveled before. And that's not always a bad thing, especially for beings like us. We're just being careful yet courageous. Right, because the path you're choosing to walk on is still difficult. Regarding leaving your mark, I don't know. I just feel maybe you're the same as me. Like, what's the point of being born if nobody's gonna remember us? Right, Stephanie? No comment. Aw. Why do you want to be remembered so much? Why wouldn't you? Us banshees see the end differently than most. So, care to enlighten me? I can't speak for anyone else, but in my case, I was a kid who grew up in a large family, you see. Like, humongously large. Like, I literally couldn't count all my siblings even if I wanted to. Because they're everywhere, thanks to my dad. Oh. We weren't wealthy though, not even close. The money situation was always suffocating us, for real. But sometimes Dad would drop by to give us some money. Though it wasn't even enough to cover utilities for more than a couple of months. Then he'd just leave again a couple of days later. Are you the eldest? Nope. But my older bros had already moved out by the time I hit high school. I was so surprised when my dad gave me the house after he died. Oh. Which is where my mom and siblings live now. I'm sorry to hear about your father. No, it's fine. I mean, yeah, it was weird to receive the news of his death from an attorney, knowing he passed away by himself. And how it took them a week to find out. That's gotta be honestly one of the worst ways to go. Is like dying completely alone and having your remains not being found for a really, really long time. I don't wish that on anyone. That is a really sad way to go. Oh. Natural causes, by the way, so... I mean, how did he check out with absolutely no one knowing? Where were my other siblings? What happened to his ladies? It was just so crazy to me. And I guess it just kind of haunted me. Haunted how? My life growing up was filled with disappointment over him, you know? I mean it in the best way possible. My disappointment actually drove me to work hard for my family. I just vilified him in my mind, like shaking my mental fist at him. Gonna do so much better than you, sir, and all that. I see. But then I received the news. Then he left me the house. Like, I know he had no money. That house is probably one of his only assets he had left. So when he gave me the house in his will, all I could think about was what went through his mind exactly. The fact that he had a will at all was probably already a surprise for you. Exactly. What am I supposed to think of that? What am I supposed to think of him? And it doesn't even matter anymore, when he's already long gone. Anyway, so my older brothers came back, right? They wanted me to sell the house and divide the earnings. Wanting a slice of the inheritance pie, huh? You didn't do that, right? Heck no. That was why I left for LA. So they really wanted me to sell the house, then they'd have to chase after me. Good call. Thankfully, my younger siblings and I are pretty tight. We're a good team. That's a relief. So that was also why I needed money fast. I needed to send money to help with my family's bills. And of course, so I could stay alive as well. Oh no, different house. I don't think it was made quite clear, but the dad was separate from the mum and his kids. So he died probably in an apartment somewhere, but he left the house where all the mum and all the kids were to Lucas, if that makes sense. At least that's from what I'm understanding of it. That was why I ended up having to join the production house. The production house? Yeah, it was like a bunch of content creators getting together to make videos every day. I was young and naive too, you know? Because it was my first time venturing into another state completely alone after all. So I didn't know better how predatory things could be. Man, this isn't even going to be an entertaining story. If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to talk about it. No, it's not that. I just really didn't like that production house. But I needed the money. Someone there saw my vlogs and invited me in. And as one of the youngest there, I tried to get along with everyone. But you see, we were all creators in the entertainment industry, right? Which means we all had huge egos. So naturally there was somewhat of a hierarchy of sorts. Trying to be all-round helpful turned me into the butt of the joke all the time. That didn't discourage me at all, by the way. I mean, I also learned a lot there, not gonna lie. Still. But what ended up destroying my willpower was actually something real close, you know? Myself. What do you mean by that? Well, in a house where everyone wants to be the main character, each of us would need a solid, distinct persona, yeah? Eventually, I was assigned one too. Which was supposed to be a good thing, but... they wanted me to be the worst version of what I am, essentially. With heavy emphasis on what. Oh no, they wanted him to straight up be like a caricature of what a fawn is like. Oh, Lucas, I am so sorry. That has gotta royally suck. I had a lot of nicknames too, like, hey, a baby goat. What are you up to now, satyr boy? Here comes the party goatie. Mr. XS. Are you gonna go fishing again tonight, or what? Fishing? We had to go out and try to hit on people. And we weren't allowed to come home unless we failed spectacularly or scored. Oh. I always tried to be the punchline though. Because there were always more views when something ended badly. But it was still the worst. Because I really had to act it all out, you know? Bothering people for pretend dates, be sort of a dumb jerk just for jokes. Just so it all looked fun for the camera. Even if scripted, I never really liked doing it, honestly. Because in the end, all of it just reminded myself of my dad, you know. I kept thinking, does the apple never fall far from the tree after all? Ugh. So yeah, the whole thing was just really sucked. Yes, the Galaxy Mint one did have the descriptor that I was looking for. Witness the morphing nebula as the lemon is poured into the cup. Magical and refreshing. Yeah, sorry, I got a little bit distracted, and I didn't read that out. It's okay. You had it difficult. Yeah. Well, long story short, being tokenized sucked. The end. No disagreement there. Sorry, I swear that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about. It's fine. I actually learned a lot this evening. I just don't want to take up more of your time. So I can just ask you a direct question? So can I ask you just a direct question? Sure. Great. Would you be interested in guest starring in my news show? I realized I was being dumb the day we first met. I kind of forced my thoughts on you and was just being a general smartass. I undermined your straightforward efforts because I was jealous of your solid resolve. Since everything I did was anything but. But you succeeded eventually, didn't you? And you worked hard for it. Yet I almost ended up losing sight of why I'd been doing all this in the first place. I went with the flow, made excuses a lot. All to justify the gain, but to what end? That's why I've been trying to put together a talent showcase for those who need extra exposure. It's going to be a small production thing. It'll be paid, I swear. And not just with it, and not with it exposure either. No, it won't be much at first, because I don't have that much money ready to use at the moment, so... wait. This is a bit sudden, don't you think? No pressure, though. How does this show work? Well, I'm not 100% sure of the shape of it yet, but ideally it will have, like, an interview at first, and then I'll record your singing. I'll bring all the gear. I'll also be doing all the editing and stuff. I'm going to take a bit of time since I still have my main show to do, but I did start my vlogging journey on my own too, so I can bet you the result will be quality. Your show will tank if I'm the first guest, you realize that, right? If it does, then it doesn't deserve to exist. I don't care about haters, but you do. That's why I won't push you. I'm flattered, but no thank you. Okay. Thanks for considering me, though. Thanks for giving it a thought. Looks like I have to go. Okay. It's nothing to do with what you said, okay? Just bad timing. Yeah, I get it. Cool. Hope we can meet again like this. If you want to. Maybe. I'll take it. Thanks for your time too, Stephanie. Sorry if I bored you. No, truly, it was my pleasure. Cool. Okay, I really have to go. See you around? Safe trip. Alrighty, see you, Stephanie. Come again soon. I think tonight was the most I've talked in the past 2 years. And I'm quite glad to hear that. Thank you, Stephanie. For what? For being such a good host. Sorry, I don't know why that actually hit me a little hard. Like, honestly, there's been parts of this episode, especially what Lucas was saying, that actually hit hard in many ways. Because I really do try my best as a storyteller and a host of my Twitch streams and all that, so just... Sorry, just this little moment just actually hit me harder than I expected. Because you are a good host, Steph. Thank you so much, Snake. I'm just going to take a moment and let this sink in for a second. Alrighty. We're almost at the end, guys. We're going to be wrapping up things soon. Part of it is the eye contact. I think also with Riona looking directly at us, the viewer, that also hits hard quite a bit. Oh, Stephanie, you are our favorite storyteller. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. I know I'm not the easiest being to get along with. It will always be a pleasure to have you and everyone around. And I'll be taking my leave. I feel like I have a lot to rethink. But I'll see you again soon. I will be waiting, always. Safe trip, Miss Rihanna. And have a good night. You always try hard and we enjoy every minute, no matter what. Thank you so much, Clansinator. I think I'm done for the night. Hope everything will work out for everyone. Alrighty, and with that we're going to be wrapping things up. After we get to the next day, can save and go back to the menu. So next time we'll be doing Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. Word Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Lunar Cell panel prototype ready for their first test. Newcomer progressive Elven metal band Avathor tops US music charts. Very nice. And yeah, we're going to be wrapping things up. And yeah, like, just that last day really hit hard in a number of different ways. Like, because there's so many people who make stuff online, whether it's photos, like cosplay shoots, or ASMR, or like Twitch streams and stuff like that. But so many people, there's a ton of people who just do it for fun, for just as a hobby, but there's so many people like me who have aspirations to do it as a full-time thing, or are doing it as a full-time thing. And we put so much work into what we do, and like, so it genuinely means a lot when you guys take the time to say like that you really, really do appreciate the stories that I tell, or like you try to make it to as many streams as you can. And I genuinely try to be a good host on my Twitch streams and try and be conscientious of everyone. Be sure to welcome newcomers and remember as many people's names as possible. And just really try and cultivate a like welcoming and like comfortable environment as best I can, and just make my community the best it possibly can be. And I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for being such... I'm just so thankful that you guys, not just like open flattery, and of course I love compliments, everyone loves compliments, but the fact that you know how much work I put into this, and you can feel how much work I put into the projects I'm a part of, and have been, so many of you have been following my journey since like I first started, which is absolutely incredible. But sorry, I didn't mean to get all sappy on you guys, but I'm just gonna wrap things up here tonight by saying a huge thank you to all of my lovely Lost Tales, and I hope you all had a wonderful time tonight. Just a heads up, I just remembered now, I will not be streaming next Sunday because I will be going to a friend's wedding, so I'll be taking next Sunday off. I'll be all good for next Friday though, so that should all be going smooth sailing ahead. And I need to just double check the game that I'm planning on playing, just 100% sure to make everything is still working well. But the best being the wonderful Seraph. Thank you so much. Oh, I literally formed 2 deepest friendships because of the cast for Blue Roses. I had a domino effect and major positive effect on my life, so thank you as well. Thank you so much, Baron. That's so sweet of you to say. And it's that kind of like ripple effect that, you know, I don't get to see. I don't get to see how the way that the stuff that I make, the stories that I tell, impact people in the long run. And at the end of the day, I just want to be remembered. I do genuinely want to be remembered as not just, you know, being like popular or like talented or pretty, but just like for the positive effect that I had on people's lives, and that I helped out in some small way and made like a bit of an impact in one way or another, and I'm just remembered for all the good things. So let's wrap up the sappiness and we'll be heading to the outro. If you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You are welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my other socials in the chat, and I will see you next Friday for my Friday Night Fright stream. But let us go and say hi to Bryant and Amelia over at Deckhart Games. Please give them a ton of love from the Blue Rose Respite. I believe they're celebrating the anniversary of Detroit Become Human. I have gotten all the achievements for that game on Steam and I'm so fucking proud of myself. So be sure to give them a huge congratulations and be sure to say hi from the Blue Rose Respite and give them a lot of love. And I will see you next Friday for my Friday Night Fright streams. And again, I'll be taking next Sunday off to go to the wedding. But I hope you all have a fantastic week ahead. And remember, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.